Okay, so I had to sit down and film today because I went to the Morphe store. The Morphe store itself. I was so excited. It was beautiful. I felt like it was way better than Sephora because everything was super duper cheap. And I was like a little kid in the candy store and I was waiting for some YouTuber to walk in, but it didn't happen. But anyway, I still enjoyed my time and I wanted to film what I got at the Morphe store. So just keep watching. Okay, so with all of your purchases, you get your very own Morphe bag. I know a lot of you probably don't care about that, but I was excited and I am going to keep this because I love makeup. Okay, and so here is my receipt from Morphe. I know a lot of you would like to know exactly how much I spent on all of this because Morphe is cheaper than a typical store that you go to like Sephora. So I spent $104.41 total. I actually need this so you guys know how much this stuff cost. Alright, so what I actually got at the Morphe store, I did get this Morphe empty palette, and it is magnetic. It is exactly like a Z palette, and I actually do not own one, so I decided to get a Morphe one. It was, let's see, $6.99, and I think it holds 10 or 15 shadows in here. I can't remember, but it's somewhere in between there, which I think is a really good deal for only $6.99. I got shadows, of course. If you go to the Morphe store, you have to get shadows because they are only $2.29 a piece. $2.29. So I wanted to get some pops of colors, and then I also wanted to get some neutrals, but I wanted to get some neutrals that I don't necessarily have. Like, this is a more like cool tone espresso brown, got some pinks, oranges, and then I wanted to go with the more like pastel bright colors. So let's see the shadows that I got. So this first one is Tokyo Tea. It is a very, not metallic, but a more shimmery based lime green. And I didn't have anything like this in my collection, so I wanted to try it. Woo! It is very smooth. Look at that. It's really pretty. It's very pigmented, but it's also kind of iridescent, which I think it's supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be like a full coverage color, which I'm totally okay with because I want some iridescent like pops of color that I can put in the inner corner, and this is going to be perfect. Perfect! I'm so excited. Okay, so this next shade I got is a Breakfast at Tiffanys, and it is this very light pale blue, which is exactly what I wanted. I want to start getting like a pastel palette going, so I thought this would be really, really pretty. So let's put our finger in here and see the pigment. The pigment is really, really good for a $2 shadow. Let's double it up just to see if you can build it, and you can. But I think for a pastel, this shade is stunning. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm super excited to play with this, and it might be really fun to put this in the inner corner with that. I think it could be really cool. So the next shade I got was Sunflower. I've been really wanting just a plain old yellow. I love to use oranges and reds, so I needed a yellow. Ooh, this feels very smooth. And so let's swatch this guy. Let's see if that's because I had some of the Breakfast at Tiffanys on there. Let me use a different finger and see, because this one's so far not nearly as pigmented as the blue. So this one's not quite as pigmented. It's not that amazing. I mean, for $2, it works. It's building every time, you know, I put more on. But it does concern me that it's not going to pack that punch that I was really wanting. I know this Sugar Pill yellow shadow is a lot more pigmented. I have a hair on my face and it's driving me crazy. So that's a little bit of a letdown. But it is very smooth, it's very pretty, and it is buildable. So this might be really, really good for the transition color. I'm going to go ahead and swatch on this hand now. So the first shade that I got is Fiesta. This is a very like hot, corally, burnt pink. It's not quite orange, but it's not quite hot pink. It's like right in the middle. And I wanted this for smoky eyes and just to add a little bit of pop of color, but nothing crazy like the blue or the yellow. I can't really swatch that well with this hand. Okay, that is way pigmented. That's really beautiful. I think for a matte shadow for $2.29, this is amazing. I think the color's really unique too. Yeah, I like this. I'm really excited to play with this with some browns and oranges and mix that in, like even with this look, but have that like pop of Fiesta in there. I think would be stunning. So the next shade that I have is the shade Spice, and I did use this today. It is what's in my crease and on the lower lash line, and I really liked it on the eyes. I felt like it gave me just the amount of pigment that I really wanted. It wasn't too crazy, but it was very buildable, and I really liked this. So let's see how it swatches. Sorry, not trying to flip you off here. So this swatched a little bit chunky, but on the eye, I mean, it was great. I think it's a beautiful color. I mean, look at that. It's stunning. I can't complain because I really liked the way it was on my eye, and in my opinion, I'm not the biggest, like, stickler on swatches as long as it works on my eyes, and this worked on my eyes, and I really liked it. Okay, so this is the shade Bridesmaid, and I wanted something neutral, but yet more cool tone. Like something that's not like a bright color or like a stark gray, but it's still more cool tone. So let's swatch this one. So this has a very purple undertone. It's very grayish. It actually reminds me a lot of Stone Liner, with just a hint of more purple. I think this is going to be really pretty for gray looks or a smoky eye, but without using that traditional brown or the traditional gray that you always use. This will be a nice little break from that. Okay, and the last shadow I got is Deep Cocoa, and I wanted this because it's a very cool tone brown. It's not warm, and I don't have anything like this. I needed a cool tone brown, and I'm super excited about this. I did use it on my lid today just to blend out that black, and I really liked it, so let's see how it swatches. I think for a matte, it swatched really well, especially for the price. And look how much is still on my finger. I really like the shade, and I'm super excited for this one too. I actually think these are going to look beautiful together. I want to do a look. I mean, really, you could do a look with this whole little quad here that I got. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so one thing that is not Morphe that I had to get just because I saw it there because I have a Jeffree Star counter is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Virginity. I love this shade. Now it is very white, like not white but light and very intense. So for me, if I put it all over the lid, it looks, or the lid, all over the lips, looks a little weird unless I have a lip liner. But my favorite thing to do with this is to pop it in the center of like a dark grungy purple or like a stone like liquid lipstick type color. If you pop this in the middle, it gives you the most beautiful ombre, and I've been digging this color. I think it's so pretty, and these run for $18. Okay, next I got a set of brushes from Morphe, and this is $24.99, and this is the set 702, and it does come in this black little makeup bag here, and so I will just show you some of the brushes. Now, the only problem I have with getting sets like these is they don't have numbers, so I can't tell you what brush it is, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, so the first one, again, they don't have numbers, but it is very similar to the MAC 217. So similar. I mean, it looks the exact same. It's very small, very dense. It's going to be perfect for the crease. Next, we have a very tapered blending brush. I'm super excited to use this because it's like a fluffy blending brush, except for it just has a little bit of a point at the end. So I think this is going to be amazing for going in that crease and buffing it out at the same time. Next, we have one that's very similar to the other one, except for it is more pointed, and it also points out on the side, so it's kind of like a little triangle, like it poofs out here and then gets even smaller at the tip. Next, we have this big packer brush, which I think is going to be amazing for packing under the eye, in the sense of setting your concealer or maybe some highlights. I think this is going to be a kind of versatile brush, so I'm very curious to see what I'll end up using this for. Okay, I told you guys there's a lot of brushes in here. So these are two packer brushes. There is a bigger one and a smaller one. Nothing crazily special. So I just showed these at the same time. So something I forgot to point out was there are natural haired brushes and then synthetic hair brushes. So all the black ones are synthetic hair. So this is really hard to see, so I'll put it right here. This is another Packer brush, which is good that they made one in synthetic hair because then you can use creams with this. So it'd be a good concealer brush. So this brush is just an angled brow brush with a spoolie at the end. Nothing special or unique, but it is a very good brush to have. I mean, everyone needs one of these, so it's a perfect one to put in the set. We do have a flat definer brush, which is amazing to put under the eye to really pack on that color or to carve the brows out with. So this one is a very small, little defined brush. I think it's going to be really good for blending out the lower shadow or maybe putting something in the inner corner or the brow bone, but I think this is going to be really good. The next one is very similar. It's just even littler. It's so tiny. It's so cute. This is going to be really good if you have Asian eyes or hooded eyes or smaller... I'm blurring. Or smaller lids. It's going to be really good to blend out shadow. And last but not least, there is a liner brush. It is the most tiny little precise liner brush ever, which I'm super excited to try. Okay, so last but not least, I did get some glitters, and no, I didn't get everything Morphe because they do have other brands there, which is why I said I feel like it's almost better than Sephora because it's so pretty in there, and it's so cheap, okay? So let's move on to these glitters. Okay, so I do think these are my favorite thing that I purchased. When I saw these, I was literally like, and Caleb was like, you can get one. And then my cousin surprised me for my birthday and bought me all of them. So, I did get the eye candy glitters, and look at that color. What? Oh. So, I did get a bunch of bright colors. So, I did get this really metallic purple, this neon, not metallic, neon green. And I got this really cool fiery pink, which I cannot wait to do a look with. I've been wanting like bright glitters so bad. And then I got this super beautiful orange one, which is cool because it has like green and yellow reflex in it. I'm pretty sure these were $7.50 a piece. Yes, $7.50 a piece. And oh my goodness, do you guys want swatches? Huh? I don't want to swatch them for you because I don't want to waste it, but I will. Okay, so I've never swatched videos before. I've never swatched glitter before on camera, so hopefully this works. I'm using the NYX glitter primer. This is my first time using this too, so I'm super excited to try this. So I'm just going to put some primer on the back of my hand and place the glitter. I will be right back. Whoa, so pretty. Ooh, it even has like lime green in it. The pink has like lime green reflex. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, one thing I'm noticing is these are very, very messy. So I'm just going to do the orange one right next to it so you can see the difference. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Huh. Okay, so I'm literally shaking this and look. Nothing. And there's no sifter on there. I took them all off. I'm kind of confused. I'm going to have to check that out, but I did get just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It's super cool. These are going to make the coolest look ever. There is that purple. So I noticed the purple. Oh no, no, never mind. I retract my statement. I think it's just the lights not being able to hit it. These are so pretty. It's so not doing it justice. Even though I went to the Morphe store to get Morphe products, those glitters blew me out of the water, and they're my favorite thing that I did get. So that is all I have for this Morphe store haul. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not been to the Morphe store and you live in the Los Angeles, Orange County area, go. It is absolutely worth the drive. It is super fun. The customer service was awesome. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Why have I been doing that lately? It's so weird.